How's it going, everyone? Jeremy here. I'm in one of my favorite undisclosed spots here in Celebration, Florida. It's getting late. The sun is gonna probably be down in about 30 minutes, so I don't have much long to talk. Wow, I don't have much time to talk. I don't have long. That's what I was trying to say. Oh boy. I know I always say it, but look at it back here. It's so awesome. This area in Celebration is so awesome. I mean, most of the spots here in Celebration are really freaking cool, but this is kind of like, some of these homes over here are like, there's a few over that look like drug lord homes or something. But anyway, that's not what I'm here to talk about. Also, please let me know, I've got a wireless mic on me. It's a new one that I have yet to use in a video. I got a wireless mic, I don't know, a few weeks ago, and I did a video and I asked everyone like how it sounded. Everyone said it sounded good, but quite honestly, to me, it did not sound good enough. The noise gate was a little too aggressive, so you could like hear it turn on and turn off, and I did not like that. So I ended up biting the bullet and doing a DJI mic. Since I use a DJI camera, it links up absolutely perfectly, and I can have a little more control over the noise gate and stuff like that. So, but anyway, as of today, I have worked with Disney for 4 months now, for 1/3 of a year. That is crazy. It's so crazy how time flies. And I don't know, just kind of wanted to talk about that. I was at work today. Today is Friday, and it's my Friday, meaning I don't have to work anymore for the rest of this week. And it's not necessarily like a great thing or anything like that, but because, you know, for the most part, I really do enjoy what I do, whatever it is that I'm doing at Disney. I say whatever it is because it changes on a daily basis, all the time. You know, one day you're in the kitchen, the other day you're at counter. I'm also, if you're new to my channel, I'm a quick service restaurant, so I work QSR as we call it, and outdoor vending occasionally. But you never know what you're gonna get when you're working with Disney. They rotate you around so much. I might know the location of what kitchen I'm working in for the day, but that's about it, you know? There are days that go by that I work 4 different locations in a kitchen, you know? So, but today was an interesting day. One of my earlier videos, going back, you know, probably almost 4 months ago, I was put into a position where I was brand new working the counter area at, I believe it was Leaning Palms in Typhoon Lagoon. And I had a cast member kind of get crappy. Not kind of, he got crappy with me. And I snapped. I snapped at him harshly because he was a jerk. Let's just put it that way. Well, I've seen this cast member, you know, for months, you know, ever since I've been with the company. And I don't necessarily go out of my way to avoid him, but I don't go out of my way to engage with him. Look at this, I'm sorry. It's so distracting. I don't know how this looks here, like, you know, on whatever you're watching this on, but man, it's absolutely beautiful here. I just love being here. It is a bit hot and humid though. I know that always upsets a few people, you know, when I say how hot it is, but it's 90 degrees right now. It's 90 degrees and the sun's about to go down, and it is very humid. But anyway, back to this cast member. Today I was put in a position working in the kitchen where I had to work with this cast member that I had, you know, a very bad experience with months and months ago. And within 30 minutes, I realized I like this guy. Like, I genuinely like this guy. And, you know, we kind of both talked about you know, the little incident where I really snapped at him because of the way he treated me. And, you know, he was having a rough day because he was dealing with kind of the same issue that I was, which was people just kind of not communicating. And he's been with the company for 8 years. So I think he's just kind of tired of certain things not going the way they should, you know, just things like that. And anyway, we basically buried the hatchet, and I had a really good shift with this guy, and now I have a lot of respect for him. And I don't know, it was just one of those moments where you realize like we're all just people trying to do our best, and it was a very humiliating experience. I've had a lot of, not humiliating experiences, I should say experiencing humility. Does that make sense? There was nothing necessarily humiliating, it was just a humiliating, you know, I was feeling humility. That's what I'm trying to say, sorry. And I feel like I've grown quite a bit since working for the Disney company, from the standpoint that I was a business owner for 25 years. I was always in charge. I was always the boss. I'm sorry, guys. I'm going to have to show you this. This is crazy. It looks like something like out of a prehistoric monster movie or something, or a dinosaur movie. I'm just walking along. Look at this tree stump. I don't remember seeing this thing. If this, I don't know, if the camera had like climate vision, your TV or your phone or whatever you're watching this on would be like dripping water down the screen. And listen to these cicadas. I don't know if it's gonna get picked up on my mic, but it's so easy to get distracted. Sorry about that. What the heck was I saying? Experiencing humility. Just from the standpoint that I've always been my own boss, and coming into a big company, you know, there's like at least 65,000 cast members in Orlando. That's crazy, right? And not having all the answers, not being the big dog, and, you know, being the little guy on the totem pole, right? It's been good for me. It's been very good for me. And very humbling, very humbling. And, sorry, I just keep like, it's starting to get dark, and I don't know, it just gets really interesting. And I think just growing up in the Rockies and just kind of always having like, you know, my ears and my eyes on lookout for things like mountain lions and bears, I'm easily distracted when I'm in areas like this. But sorry. I was just saying, overall, like I said, I've been with the company for 4 months, and it's been a great experience. If you watch back some of my older videos, like 4 months ago, well, more than 4 months ago, I got here, it was exciting, and I was scared out of my mind, and I wasn't really sharing that as much as I was saying I'm a bit lost, you know, total stranger in a strange land type of situation. And now I have friends. Like, I legitimately have friends. Like today I was talking with a friend at work that I was in training with, and we were talking about like what days would be a good day to like hit the parks after a shift, you know, stuff like that. Like it's so cool. Every time you go to work and you go into like the break room areas, that's usually where we clock in. You're scanning the room to see if, like, you know, who you know, because there's so many cast members. More than likely, you're not going to know who everybody is. Man, these things are so loud. Like I said, please let me know how the audio is. It's always an adventure, you know, and it's always exciting when you see your friends, or, you know, maybe you're getting to work with them. It's just been, I'm not gonna say it's been an amazing experience, but it's kind of been an amazing experience, you know, from the standpoint of all the benefits that you get as far as, you know, being a cast member, you know, certain access to certain areas, all the parks, the resorts, stuff like that. If you know, you know. You know, I'm not going to go into too much detail on that. But, you know, we do have some really cool benefits, you know, more than just discounts on food and merchandise and resorts, you know. There's something really cool about carrying that blue badge. And I'm really grateful to be part of it. And, you know, I've really kind of changed my outlook on my work life, my personal life, and kind of been learning when to just shut up and just relax and just say it is what it is. You know, I can't control everything. Nothing is gonna run perfectly. So yeah. I was kind of dreading picking up my last shift that I had over at Hollywood Studios because I had that really bad experience with a cast member a couple weeks back. And I have to say, my last shift at Hollywood Studios was really, really great. The really neat thing about Hollywood Studios, at least for me, like when, if I'm doing like a closing position at something like Fantasmic, is there's like this magic time when nobody is in there. I mean, there's a few stragglers as far as guests that are leaving, but you know, you're walking through an area of the park that's closed off to the public. It's already been kind of emptied, and you're in there with all the music still playing, and basically like around Echo Lake. And every single time I lean up against the rails of Echo Lake and I'm looking at like the back of Gertie, the dinosaur. And, you know, I look up and I see the Indiana Jones Stunt Spectacular the experience, the theater, you know. And the music's going, it's dark, the lights are on still. It's just, it's so cool. And every single time I leave, and like I said, it's a magical time before the third shift people, like they're starting to come in, but it's before they roll in the trucks and they start doing the cleaning and all that. It's just such a really, really neat time. And unfortunately, I think I'm gonna take a break from picking up shifts. And it's kind of sad, but I think as long as I'm getting my 3 shifts a week, that basically I'm open to have, it's kind of hard to explain. Basically, you have to put down your availability as a part-timer, and I have Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday available. So I only get shifts for those 3 days unless I go ahead of time and go to the Disney hub basically for employees and put in more availability. But I've been working so much that I feel like my channel growth has been great. I'm so happy with it, you know, the views and whatnot. But I'm always trying to I'm just being honest. I'm really trying to squeeze out 3 videos a week, and it's been tough. It's been really tough, and there's so much more stuff that I want to do. And a lot of times I don't have the time to talk about or put together the type of video I want to put together. So I just do something quick and easy, like run to the parks, you know? And I think there's only so much of that I can get away with. Like I said, there's so much more stuff I want to do. And I think I have made the decision. I'm going to pull back a little bit, not work any more than 3 shifts a week so I can really focus on this YouTube channel, because I really enjoy talking to all of you guys in the comments. I love the support. I kid you not, like it's it's the really awesome comments that really keep me going. Obviously, if everyone left negative comments, I'd be like, well, I'm not doing this anymore, or at least, you know, not on what I've been doing. You know, I'm gonna change it up big time. But that has not been the case. The reception has been very warm from everyone. I really, really appreciate that. So I don't want to go too long-winded on this one. God knows that when I start talking, sometimes I have to like force myself to just stop recording, because I can just go on and on. I love good conversation, even though I'm not really talking to anyone. I mean, I'm talking to people, but not in a conversation at the moment. You know what I'm saying? See, there I go. I'm starting to ramble. But anyway, I'm gonna, like I said, keep this one short. I just want to get out here on, this is, like I said, this is my Friday night. Nice way to unwind after it was a 4-day week for me, but I think that's going to be my last 4-day week in a while. So anyway, thanks so much for joining me. Please hit me up if you guys have any questions. I know a lot of people are really interested in working for Disney, and there's a lot of videos that I would like to do addressing a lot of the questions that I get in the comments and talking way more about working for the company, because there's a lot to it. There really is. But overall, like I said, I feel like I have grown as a person since working for the company, and maybe that's just because it's a job, but I'll tell you, it really is a magical job. Yes, it is hard. It can be very hard work, but hey, that's why they call it work, right? So anyway, guys, stay grateful. Thanks so much for watching, guys. I will see you guys real soon, and please let me know again about the audio quality. Take care. Bye-bye. Finally, the deer in Celebration. I'd stop, but there's a car 5 inches off my butt.